Hey everybody, welcome back. All right, and as you can see, it's been just barely a week, a little over a week. And this is the potato after we covered it up last time. So we're getting ready to bury that again. I've got my fresh moist soil right there. And this should be the last time we bury it, and then after that we just have to let it grow. So, and I think this is I think Thursday is gonna be the 5th week. So Thursday, I'm planning 2 more buckets. We're gonna do another one like this because we know this way works, and then we're gonna try the other way that I saw some videos talking about, where we're just gonna bury them deep in the dirt and see how long it takes for them to sprout. I kind of want to see which way yields the largest potatoes, the largest, the most. That way we can actually figure out the best method to plant potatoes so you get the largest crop. So, and again, we have some nice looking dirt here. Again, this is like dirt from last year. So last year, the tomatoes did good. If you watched my channel last year, I was really starting out. All right. I was really starting out by put the cherry tomatoes in the ground and trying to figure out the best way to grow here in the desert and the heat. And it was okay. I think that the bucket method is going to be good for whatever we can plant in buckets, which is going to be a little bit of everything, I think. I am going to up. And this, like I said, this will be the last one because that's about where we want it. That's the surface area that we want. See, it's about an inch down from the top of the bucket. And that's going to give us pretty much the maximum amount. That way we can get the maximum amount of potatoes growing up here in this bucket. So this is going to work out. And then of course we saw how fast that they grew up from last time. So, and there's a little bit of fertilizer in this. I have some like plant fertilizer in this soil. It's already been mixing around so they can like infuse itself into this dirt. But we're gonna see how well this grows. And then of course Thursday, I'll be doing 2 more buckets. We're gonna have another one where we did like this, where we just put this much dirt in, because you gotta understand we started this down here. So this is pretty good progress here. It's already coming out of the bucket, as you can see. So we'll see how well this one works out. We're gonna get 2 more buckets going next week. We're gonna have one where we're gonna put the potatoes about this far down, and then we're just gonna cover it this far with dirt. And then we're gonna see how long it takes them to reach the surface, as well as when we finally harvest them, we want to see which one gives us the most and or the largest potatoes, so that way we can increase our crop. So, and if it takes this, because this is a month, this is essentially a month growth right here. So if it takes me, let's say, 2 months to have a healthy crop of potatoes, then I'll probably do 2 or 3 buckets at a time. That way I get 2 or 3 buckets of potatoes ready to go. And then we're going to start doing some sweet potatoes here shortly. I'm waiting for them to go to seed. And then we're going to do some other bucket stuff, carrots, radishes, parsnips, stuff like that. I'm actually going to build a container because I mentioned last time, but I want to be able to have a bucket like this high and then directly below it. So that way we have this area here. We water this one, it'll come down through, and we can water the top bucket, and then we can water this one. And in fact, I want to make a PVC pipe watering system that goes over the top bucket, so we can just put the water in the top PVC. It'll come through, and it'll lightly shower the top bucket, and then as it waters the top buckets, it'll filter down to the bottom buckets, and then that way we can make the most use of our water, so that we have good water usage. I'm looking into getting a couple rainwater collection, so that when it does rain here, we can harvest that water and we can put it back into these plants. That way it'll save us that little bit on our water bill. And so that's the plan. That's what's coming up the next couple weeks. We're going to start working on that, on a retaining system for these buckets. I figure this is probably a, you know, put them in there, you know, a couple inches apart. That way, you know, they've got ample room, and got to figure out a good place to store it. But I think that I figure if I can get a good 20 or 30 bucket system set up, and then you just water the top with those very, very, very tiny holes, so that it's almost like a shower, so it'll almost like rain falling down on the top bucket, you know, and then drill the hole so they're just over the bucket, so that way, you know, when we set the system up, the water will come straight down onto the bucket. As little waste as possible, because water conservation is important, but so is having food. So that's what we're looking at. This is just a quick little video, just to give you a little bit of an update. Still rocking the Sim 48 Ops shovel. I like this thing. This thing is really good for garden work. I like the fact that it folds down nicely. So this is something that I know I did a review on this last year, but this is something that I think is good for a kit, because, you know, it folds down. This is pretty sturdy. You know, we even used the saw blade to cut some trees and stuff. So yeah, if you haven't seen that video, go ahead and look on my channel. It was last year, but I did review this shovel. I really like it. But there, that's it. So there's the potatoes, and as you can see, we're ready to move on to the next step.